Hello students, in this video we are going to solve some of the basic questions that are frequently asked in your different exams. And some of the questions you can see on the board, we will solve it one by one. You can see in the first question, it is written 64 to the power half. Then whatever the power is given, the power is in the form of a fraction 1 upon 2. Then what is the denominator of this fraction? 2. Yes, power is 1 upon 2, which is a fraction, and the denominator of this fraction is 2. Then we will try to find 64, the base 64, as a product of two same numbers. That means what is the number when you multiply 2 times you get 64. Then obviously 8 into 8. 8 into 8 is 64 and the power 1 upon 2 as it is. Now, in the next step, what can you write? 8 into 8, which can also be written as 8 to the power 2 and whole power 1 upon 2. We know the rules of indices. When two powers are there, the powers are multiplied. That means 2 multiplied by 1 upon 2. Here you can cancel 2 and 2. Then what remains? 8 to the power 1. And finally, 8 to the power 1 is equal to 8 is your answer. Then 64 to the power half. By process, you got 8. Now the next one is 32 to the power 1 upon 5. If you have practiced enough, then you know when you multiply 2 5 times, 2 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 2, you get 1 upon 5. Then either you can show in product form 2 into 2 into like this. We is shown here 8 into 8, 64. Then 2 into 2 into 2 into 2 into 2, 5 times, power 1 upon 5. Or simply you can write, and from where we are getting this, if you are still not getting it, you can divide or you can find the prime factors of this number. Then 2 16 times, 2 16s are 32, 2 8s are 16, 2 4s are 8, then 2 2s are 4 and 2 1s are 2. We continue this until we get 1 here. Then how many times 2s are there? You get 5 times. That means when you multiply the number 2 5 times, you will get the product 32. That means you can write 2 to the power 5 and again multiplied by 1 to the power 1 upon 5. We can skip this step. If 2 times or 3 times you have to write, you can show this step, this very first step. Otherwise, you can also write in this way. Both are acceptable. Now, 2 to the power 5 is 32, and just beside this, you can show this from where you are getting 2 to the power 5, so that it is good for the examiner also that from here you are getting this 2 to the power 5 to the power 1 upon 5. Now, from the power of indices, when two powers are there, they are multiplied. 5 upon 1 upon 5. 5 5 cancel. What remains? 2 to the power 1. Finally, 2 is your answer. Right? And why we have chosen the number 2? Because the number is 32 having power 1 upon 5. The power is a fraction. The denominator is 5. So we were trying to find a number which when multiplied by 5 times you get 32. Again, and this rough work you can show, because this is also a part of your solution of question number 2. You can show just beside this. Okay, now it's the time for the third one. 125 to the power 1 upon 3. Again, the power is a fraction having denominator 3. That means you have to choose a number which when multiplied 3 times, the same number when multiplied 3 times, you got 125. Obviously, it is 5 into 5 into 5. And if you have any problem in finding that how 5 is the number, 5 is the required number, you can find the prime factors of this number. Last digit is 5, so the number is divisible 5. We all have studied this, the divisibility rule in class 6 and 7. Then when you divide by 5, then 5 2s are 10. What remains? It is 12, but 5 2s are 10 only. 2 remains, 2 5 25, then 5 5s are 25. Again 5 5s are 25 and 5 1s are 5. We do it until we get 1. Now 5 into 5 into 5. And this work you can also show, है ना? No, what can you write? It is only 3 times. Then if the number is 2 times, 3 times, you can also show the first step. But it is 5 times, 6 times, 8 times. No need to show this. You can also skip the first step. And in this we are getting only 3 times. So it is easier to show 5 into 5 into 5 to the power 1 upon 3. Okay. Now 5 to the power 3 and again the whole power 3, and the remains is similar. 5 3 into 1 upon 3, when two powers are there, powers are multiplied, 5 to the power 1, and finally 5 is your answer. Okay. Similarly you can solve rest of the questions also.